doing our 40K celebration live.
And we're in
That
a
is
very
wild.
Rome hotel, too. This is like,
Roma.
yeah, very Italian-style hotel. Hi, everybody. Let us know right away how the stream is, because obviously we're in a different country, on a different time zone, in a different world, really. But we're so excited to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say, okay, just went out here. I don't know if anyone is in the ads. Did anyone see an ad coming in here?
I'm not they should have.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I didn't see anything coming in here. Okay.
Yeah, they should have.
So we have a lot of big announcements for this. I cannot wait. Okay, perfect. Sorry, we were a little distracted because we have all this stuff on the screen down here and nothing was happening. So we wanted to make sure it's coming in. Is the sound and the visual okay?
Powerful Female said that she can hear us perfectly.
Amazing.
So that's good. And
you
people
see
saw
the ads.
ads.
Okay.
That's
we
good.
didn't have anything coming up and we're like, are we even live? It says live on our thing. Great. Thank you so much.
We are live.
Love it. Okay.
We are live.
Woo.
Things are working. I know, y'all. We've been a little bit nervous because the Wi-Fi in this hotel has seemingly been good.
Fantastic, actually.
And then today it's like glitched a little bit. So, but I think that we're good. I think the Wi-Fi is good. We're here in Rome. We're so happy to celebrate with all of you. This is a packed live.
It is a packed live. There will not be a dull moment here because we have so many big announcements. We appreciate you all for joining us. We plan to be in and out within the hour, so do not worry. You're not going to go for 4 hours here.
No.
We know you all have plans today. A lot of you waking up in the States, some on the West Coast maybe just waking up with eyes barely open.
Yes, and a very happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there. I'm sure that there's a lot of you that are spending time with families. So again, this is going to be a 1 hour live. During the live, we're going to make 4 big announcements. We're going to also share some things that are going to be surprises for everyone here on the channel. There's going to be things that will hit people differently depending on your group cruise situation, how many group cruises you've been on. All of that is coming. So if you are sitting at home watching this, I don't think there's one person that will be left out of knowing something or hearing something today. That's going to be a surprise.
Announcement that will be really good for you.
Yes.
That's, I think, what you're meaning here. So let's say hi to some people before we get any further here.
It's so good to see so many wonderful faces in here. I see so many people that joined us on the Equinox Group Cruise in here. Who was the first in the chats today, though?
Powerful Female.
Powerful Female, what is up?
Happy 40K, yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
Hello to Linda from Niagara. Hey, Chris. Hey, Teresa and Ray. Congrats on 40K.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
Ray.
It's Celebration Day in Rome.
It is Celebration Day in Rome.
Cynthia Fernandez, congrats on 40K Strong. What a wonderful community you have both created.
Thank you, Cynthia. And Cynthia, if you look right behind our shoulders, there's a little fan back there. Little homage to Cynthia.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Yes, we love
Tony
you.
G, buonasera, guys. Thank you so much, Tony.
Hi,
Buonasera
Tony.
to you as well. Melissa Blair says, congrats on 40K, friends. Hello, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
John Zender in the house from Kentucky. Thank you for
John.
being here, John. Sharon Goldfarb in the house. Remember, I told you this would happen. We love you.
Sharon and Kevin. Oh, our good friends from Florida.
Thank you so much for being
Good
here.
to see you in here. I also saw Chris in here as well. Hi, Chris.
We said hi to Chris.
Oh,
Martine.
sorry.
Hello, Martine. Let's see here. Just going to go through some of these names. There's so many here. We want to get to everything. Brian in Miami. I'm excited to hear all about the cruise. Yes, we had a fantastic cruise. The Traveling Gamblers in the house.
John and Joyce, what is up?
We love quick hello from Illuminate. I think they're going to be eating here very soon or are eating. So thank you for joining and saying hi. We appreciate you. Let's see. Anyone else? Crystal B. Cruising in the house as well. Hello,
Hey,
Crystal.
What is up?
Pam Brower here as well. Hello, Pam. Let's see here. I'm seeing if any other names coming in. A Little Nitty says, yeah, I caught you live. We're so glad you caught us live. Doreen McGovern says, hello and congrats. Thank you. Timothy Norman. Congrats, JJ. Doreen McGovern. PMB's Wide World of Ports.
Hey, PMB, what is up with you?
Rebecca Finley. Amy M. Timothy Norman. Dana Cruz.
Hey, Dana.
Marion Powell. So many, Tina and Rick Spencer, so many great people that we've seen in a lot of our lives and some new faces, which we absolutely love to see. If you haven't already, which it looks like a lot of you have, give a quick thumbs up. We appreciate it. Let's get to 100 thumbs up before 10 minutes. That'd be amazing.
Oh my gosh, I just saw Wheelchair Adventures in the house.
Wheelchair Adventures.
Hello to our good friend Maddie. It's good to see you in here.
Cruising with Maurice, Kathy Azarito. We can hear you perfectly. Thank you so much. Now we know where we're at. Eddie Albert's in the house. Tammy T's in the house as well.
Hey, Tammy.
In a Starbucks drive-thru. Tammy, you wouldn't want it any other way.
Are you missing your Starbucks?
Oh my
Jared hasn't had a
gosh, you know
Starbucks
what?
He hasn't had a Starbucks in over a month.
But we did have, grab my McDonald's cup here.
Oh,
we did
no,
have
this is
McDonald's today.
embarrassing.
No, it's not, because we like to do this when we need just a quick something like a snack to go to McDonald's and see what's different here. You know, you can do it, I think, in Chicago
But
as well.
we don't make it a point to eat at American fast food
Oh,
chain
no,
restaurants when we're overseas.
No. But when we were like, we need a quick snack before the live, we went to McDonald's and we grabbed one of
Diet
the
Cokes.
best fries I've ever had, because it was like a steak and shake cheese fry and had little bacon bits on top. It was delicious.
Also, they
good
had
snack.
they had this like family pack that came with a bunch of different foods, and included was a Happy Meal.
Oh, yeah.
And in the Happy Meal was an educational book in Italian on Elton John and Aretha Franklin.
Mind blown.
Like,
I love it.
so random, but
it's probably
also,
in the States as well.
You know what? They probably are giving that book out in the U.S.
Just not in Italian.
But anyways, we were like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. we got a little like souvenir from our time at McDonald's today.
It was a great stop at McDonald's. Mickey D's. Just a little side tangent there. Carrie's in the house. Hello. Thank you for the congrats.
Hey, Carrie.
Karen here. Hear you from the UK. Congrats. Thanks so much for joining from the UK.
Joining from the UK.
I love that. We have, I should have said this, good morning, good evening.
I know. We've got
Good
people,
afternoon.
We've got people from all around the world that I know are tuning in. So whatever time of day it is, I hope it's a good day.
I hope so too. Our first announcement's coming soon, by the way. We're just going to say hello to a few more people. And while you're at it, hit the thumbs up. We got another 3 minutes to hit 100 thumbs up. I think we can do it. Stephen Hall says, JJ! Maurice just got off Harmony of the Seas. At 3 a.m. got home. Wow. Thanks for joining us. I know it's not that late there, so thank you so much for joining us so quickly after.
Yes, thank you.
Stephen Hall, JJ, Amy M. Love to Cruise is here. Congrats on 40K. As OGs, we love seeing how well you're doing. Thank you, Love to Cruise.
Thank you so much.
We love our OGs, and I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but we had probably about 1,000 people subscribed for the first year of our existence.
Year, yeah, we hit 1,000, and then we didn't grow for a while because that was during the pandemic, and then of course it was at the cruise restart when the channel really started to grow. So we just appreciate everyone here. Today is celebrating the channel, and it is all about celebrating us as a community. Every announcement that we are making today has to do with our community and with all of you, and it is a big, big thank you, because every person that is here that has pressed that subscribe button, this is for you today. Yeah. So it's a big celebration for you.
And
We're
how
so
it's
thankful.
grown. Like, this community has grown into different ways. This channel has grown into different ways. So thank you for being an OG. We love that. And thanks for saying that. Mark the Shark in the house. Hello, beautiful people.
Hello, hello.
Tracy Fiore, congrats on 40K. So happy for you both, JJ
Thank
Cruz.
you so much, Tracy. We better make the first announcement. Because we've got
yes.
4 big announcements, and a couple of them are going to take a lot. Probably going to have some questions. So,
all right. So the first announcement here, and thank you, and hello to everyone. I want to make sure that everyone knows that we see you. We will be going through comments as we go, but we have these big announcements. We want to make sure that they're said. So thank you for the congrats to all these people. I see Jane Warren in the house as well. Epic Games TV. Sherry's in the house. Jane, again, so many great people. Just keeps on going. Tanja's in the house.
Hey,
so
Tanja,
many
Blaine.
great people. Janelle. So thank you. But let's go with the first announcement. This is just one of a few here. And thanks for the thumbs up. We're almost to that 100 within the 10 minutes.
So go ahead. You take this first one away.
All right, so this first one has actually been something that has been requested by you all so much. And it makes sense. To be honest with you, we had been trying to find a solution for this because we did not actually have a solution at the beginning. So we've been looking for ways to make this happen because we've had so many requests for this. And we were excited to announce that for the first time ever, we are having our own JJ Cruz travel collection.
Travel collection, so travel merch, things that you have asked for, things like, oh my gosh, fanny packs.
You didn't remember it.
Everything
from
blanked.
fanny packs to passport holders to luggage tags to luggage covers.
Luggage covers, I know that's been asked by a few of you that are in the chats.
Cell phone holders that are ones that you have around your body, like the, oh my gosh, what are they called? Cell phone purses almost, where they have enough for a wallet, but your cell phone as well. All the stuff that you've been asking for, we try to find everything out there so that way you can go onto JJ Cruz and be able to support the brand, but also represent while you're at the airport, while you're on your cruise. I know for luggage tags, that was one that we got from the day one, and we even had a one on our site for a second, and then we got it in, and we're like, we are happy with it.
It was not
the
what we
perfect
wanted.
one,
It was not the perfect
and
one.
this one is perfect for us. It's got a really nice strap to it, as well as a place to put all your contact info that you want to put on there. So if you are interested in that, please go ahead, click on that link, look at the merch. Obviously, there's much more on the site than that, but travel collection is brand new. And for our Patreon community, just make sure you check Patreon first, because we have something special for you all as well. Just a little extra thanks for our Patreon supporters. If you don't know what Patreon is, that is another place that people can go and support us in other ways. Just a little bit of added extra help for us to be able to have the best content possible with the best equipment possible. So thank you so much to all the Patreon supporters.
Yes, definitely Patreon. Check those messages. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Jared, because Jared actually designed all of this new line of merch. He did it all himself, which was amazing. I actually really love some of the designs. We've shrunk the octopus down and put it on things like 100 times to look a little bit more like, those high-end brands like, I don't know, Louis Vuitton or Coach, with the C's all over.
Yes.
But ours is our little octopus all over like the fanny pack and some of these other things. So I love the designs. Jared did an amazing job. So kudos to Jared. He put a lot of work into it, and I hope that you all like the travel merch as much as we do, because we really love it.
We do. Positive vibes in the house. Hello, Antonia.
Hey.
So many great. Jess Keller's in the house as well here. Michelle DeGroot.
Hi, Jess.
Michelle Atkins. So many great people here. Wheelchair Adventures, like you said. So far, it looks like a lot of you. Jenny, the cruise commander's in here as well. So many of you are saying yes. So excited. So that is our first, and that's our only merch update. Just so you know, that is our first announcement here. I want to make sure that we take this time as well to kind of go back in the back of our channel, how it began. A lot of people ask this question, and I think it's something that people want to know, and a lot of people probably don't know how it even began. Our channel started not as us trying to be on YouTube and try to be, people that are on YouTube for YouTube purposes. It just started out with us loving cruising, and we were like, we don't really see this representation out there in all channels. There aren't necessarily people that look just like us, an interracial couple that is on YouTube. So we're like, you know what? Let's do this for our memory books. But if other people want to enjoy our travels and our cruise vacations, maybe some people will. But let's do it for us and our family, our history. And now the way it's come to be is like, it's just mind-blowing. It's so cool. I absolutely love it.
It is. Looks like we've got a super sticker here. Are we going to reenact this one?
Thank
you very much for the super
We have
sticker.
a bed, so it's perfect.
We do. Thank you very much to Jerry for that super sticker. Oh my gosh. You're going to make me do this one?
Yeah, you're going to do this one.
Oh,
I mean, because there's a bed behind us. So
I need to look at it. This is an intense super sticker. Let's see.
Look at the setup we have here. This nice little back
Actually,
to
this is like a great, and I might just like
mount
this.
Oh, you're mounting it.
Because it's like...
Oh my gosh.
And that is the super sticker of
I just
the
touched
day.
my mic. I'm sorry if that made something there.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry about the mic situation here.
Thank you so much for that super sticker.
Yes.
Also, thank you to the thumbs up here. We're like so close to hitting 100. So if you're number 100, let us know. We have a question here from Eddie. Where are you staying in Rome?
Oh, that's a great question. So we are staying near the main train station. So yes. Roma Termini. Oh my gosh.
What are we? Mexico Tamale?
We are staying at a hotel called Hotel Britannia, and it is a really nice hotel.
I highly recommend it. The customer service has been fantastic.
Yes.
We don't know a lot of Italian, and they're very duolingual, if you will. Like, they have both languages of Italian, English. They probably have more than that, but for us, the English has been great. But not just that, they've been so accommodating. Like, literally anything. Like, they even want us to ask them for more. Like, that kind of accommodation.
Yeah,
not like we ask for a lot anyways.
We do, obviously, a lot of research. We put all of our cruise reviews and stuff on YouTube, but when we stay in a hotel or come to a new place for the first time, this is our second time in Rome, but new hotel, we do so much research. So I told Jared, I was like, this place has such good reviews, but they all talk about the customer service. The room is what you see. So the room is very, very, very small.
It is like a cruise cabin.
It's kind of like a cruise cabin.
High ceilings. Like this is like double the ceiling of a cruise
High
cabin.
ceilings. Can you actually see? Let's see. We have a giant chandelier above our bed.
It's beautiful. So beautiful.
Yes. So, oops. It is a nice room, and we are really thankful for that. Oh my gosh, another super sticker here.
Oh my gosh, another one.
You are amazing. Okay.
All right, are you gonna get this one too? All right.
All right.
You have this.
I
So
have
the reason
open
why
space.
is he has open space. I do not. I have
We
this
did not think
closed
this
off
through.
space, and I can't really get past. But you know what? This is a nice change up for those that go on the channel to have Jordan do.
Oh
it.
my gosh. All right.
You're
Yeah.
amazing.
All right, so it's like and that is the room. That's as far as the wall goes.
Thank you so much for that super sticker.
Yes, thank you so much.
We appreciate it. Travel Spree in the house saying
Travel
yay for
Spree,
40K.
what is up?
Congrats, my loves. We were just on our group cruise with Travel Spree, and they just hit 30K.
Yes.
So congrats to you as well, Travel Spree. Isn't
Travel
that
Spree
great?
is doing some amazing things. If you didn't watch their vlog they released yesterday, it is of the excursion that we did on our group cruise. And I just have to say, it is some of the most beautiful footage from an excursion I have ever seen.
Completely.
So if you haven't seen it, you got to go
Gorgeous
out
footage.
and check that out. Fane and Laura they just do amazing work. We
All
love
right,
them.
Who's going to be number 100? Literally, it's going to be someone very soon. Let us know in the comments here. I want to say some people said we got to do a group cruise with everybody with their new merch. says
Ooh,
Tanya.
I like that.
Yes, that sounds great. No, I know. I feel like now that we're going to have another group cruising coming up, like I feel like we're going to have some styling cruise luggage coming out here, you know,
Yeah.
all the bag tags, luggage covers, all that. I love that. Debbie says, congrats on 40K.
Thank you, everyone.
Jenny says, we need to finally name our octopus logo. And her recommendation is Squiddy.
Squiddy.
I like that. You know, we've gone back and forth on this. Maybe we'll do that at 50K, or maybe we'll do that sometime here soon. We'll talk about it here. But we need a name for it.
I see Amy in here. Hey, Amy. Amy said Travel Spree's Aruba video was incredible. It
was.
Truly was. It was awesome. We really had a lot of fun.
And he says Inky.
I like
love
that.
Maddie Olson says, you go, dude. So proud of you. Thank you, Maddie.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Maddie is our good friend over at Wheelchair Adventures. If you don't know her channel, you definitely are going to want to check it out.
Yes.
We have cruised with Maddie 3 times, but the funny thing is, the first time we didn't know each other. So the first cruise that we went on with Maddie, we never met her. The second one, we met her, and then we were on the Apex with her. Maddie is amazing. Her and her family are just such wonderful people.
Sending love to you. Kathy says, I love the story, how the channel started. Thank you, Kathy, for the love. We absolutely did not expect what happened, but we would not change it for the world because this is the best community out there.
It is.
And I mean, I think partially with the group cruise, just coming off the group cruise a couple weeks ago, even more reason. I mean, so many of you were on the group cruise, and you know the community in person is just as great as the community online.
Yes, that is so true.
Such a great group of people. We cannot wait to be in Alaska with the group. We also have Celebrity Apex in March of next year. So if you're interested in a group cruise, go to jjcruise.com and you can check out for Celebrity Apex.
On the 20th, can you book Utopia, or is it just a ship reveal? So we
good
actually
question.
called Royal Caribbean yesterday and asked them that exact question, and they did not give me an answer. So they said that they don't even know the reps over there. We will be standing by, and we know that there's a lot of people that are going to be interested in Utopia. So just be watching for information on that. We don't know what's going to happen. We're not sure when it's going to happen.
We're watching.
We are watching, and that's the important thing to know.
So, of course, I think the biggest thing to note here, and we get this all the time, and then we have a super sticker here. The biggest thing to note here, and we always remind people, with some of these big releases, if you have an opportunity to book it and you want to transfer to us, we can do that.
Yes.
So if you have an opportunity, you're like, oh my gosh, I see it right now, but I don't know if they have one for me or not, feel free to even put a hold on it if you want to, and we can converse with you within those 24 hours to make sure that you have the best rate possible. So a lot of times people don't know that, but you can usually put a hold on a room yourself, as well as we can usually put a hold on a room. So if you have any questions like that, or if you want to transfer it in and book it fully, you can do either.
So Joanne sent a super sticker, and it's
Yes!
like this. Thank you. Thank you so much, Joanne, for that.
Thank you, Joanne.
And Joanne said,
Appreciate
is Utopia Icon class? It is not. The Utopia is the last ship in the Oasis class, which, you know, Oasis class is such like a amazing class of cruise ship that we love.
Yes.
I'm actually a little sad that
I know.
the Oasis class is coming to an end. Like Utopia will be the last one.
That this is going to be like our first full class. that we have done all the ships, and like 20 years from now, when one of them is like getting ready to retire, we're gonna be like, I can't believe
I
like
know.
that this time has come because we've witnessed them all in person. Not all of them coming out, but you went on Oasis very early on when it came out.
I did. I was on Oasis right after it came out. So like that was my second cruise ever. All right. We need to actually start getting into our next announcement.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to preface this announcement with a couple of things.
Yes. And I just want to say here, we are looking at these comments, and since this next announcement's so big, we're going to do it now. So that way we have time for more questions. But if we didn't get to your question or your comment here and you want to repost it, you can. Just it's going so fast on our side here. And we're trying to stay up. So just know we're not trying to miss any comments here at all.
Yes.
But this is just a jam-packed live here. A lot of congrats on 40K. Jess Kelly said, what is our next cruise? That announcement may be coming soon.
That announcement might be coming soon. Just hold on tight. Okay. Are we going to talk? Do we want to preface this the way that we?
Nan was 100.
Nan, thank you.
Thank you for being number 100.
Do we want
And
to
the thumbs
still
up.
preface this the way that we talked about prefacing
Yes.
this? Okay. So we're going to preface this announcement by talking about how we met, which I think we've maybe very briefly said
Not for the channel, how we met.
how we met,
Yes.
not how the channel. And this is all going to tie together. Everyone's going to be like, what
Like,
the
what
heck?
is this?
Like what did we tune into? So
I mean, there are some flags here too.
I moved to Chicago in 2008. You moved to Chicago in 2013?
End of 2013-ish. Yeah.
2013-ish. We very briefly met in the spring of 2015. And how we met was I was involved in Chicago theater for quite a long time. I had kind of a history as an actor and then as kind of a writer. And then I was actually getting into music directing. So I was hired to play music for auditions for this show in this theater. And there was 2 shows going on at this theater the summer that we were like going into. So it was April. And I was sitting there playing the piano as people were coming in, like just recycling in all these actors. I think we saw like 150 people that day. Mm-hmm. One of those 150 people happened to be you.
Happened to be me. I was auditioning for a role in a show that I really wanted to do. It's called Altar Boys, if you're familiar with off-Broadway shows. And this show had a specific Latino role that I really wanted to play. So I dressed the part. I did dress the part. I try to be as Latin flair as possible.
He did dress the part.
If you've ever seen the show, it's like over the top. So, dressing over the top Latin flair. And with this, I had some really hot red pants on.
They weren't just hot red pants. They were also very tight.
They were like pleather too. Like they were like as gaudy as you can be, but it was an audition. I had to go all out for it,
His costume was loud and and he was looking good. Okay, he was looking really good. So he walks in, and I'm not even like paying that much of attention, and I just like start playing, and then I like look up from the music for a second, and I mess up because I was like, oh my gosh, who is this like Latino, like fiery man that is like standing in front of me? And I mess up and I start to get back on track. He didn't even notice that I messed up. But in the audition room, people were like fighting over him because there was 2 different shows. He was auditioning for the Altar Boys cast, but I was on a different show casting another one. And I was like, no, I really want him in our show. But the director like overpowered us and he got into Altar Boys and I was working on this other show. So we actually went, 2 months before we saw each other again?
Yeah, it went a while. We had like one meetup with the entire company of both casts coming together just to like mingle and have like a initial cast greets of both casts. Didn't see each other after that, but that's when I really noticed him. And I was like, okay, this is different. I have a feeling that's very strange and new.
He noticed my personality.
His personality.
I did not come looking great to the get together or the event
I wasn't
that we
going to
were
say
attending.
it. I tell him and I tell all of our closest friends, there's literally moments where I saw him and I was like, why is this guy so different? And I always say this because he even had some very old like flip-flops on that should not have ever been worn outside of the house kind of thing. And I was like, it doesn't make sense. He's looking his worst, if you will, but there's something there. There's the butterflies. And I was like, okay, there's something different
I
here.
was looking terrible. Clearly, I was single and not looking to mingle at that point in time. And I was not looking for anyone like in the moments that we were in these motions of like going through all of these different times.
Brian in Michigan said maybe a hot pants night on the Apex.
Oh, I like that. A hot pants night. Anyways, fast forward, we met each other again at that party, and that was our official introduction. We met, we talked, we hung out a little bit. I think we flirted maybe a little.
A little.
But not
too
much.
You know.
That was June. So April was the audition. June was this like party that we met at. And then in August, there was a fundraiser for this theater that housed both of these shows.
In this restaurant/bar, and there was one person that was really wanting us to get together. They really wanted us to go on a date or do something, talk more. And they really got us together to where we finally did talk to each other that night and set up our first date. We went on our first date. And just to make this story as short as possible at the end here, even though it hasn't been so far, from that night on, I don't know if there was a single night we didn't spend together.
We were together every day.
We would go and see each other
every
at
day.
each other's house before going back to our respectful homes almost every night there.
And
why does that matter for this next announcement?
Yes, and before we get to that, quickly, Bobby D sent in a
Bobby
PayPal.
D. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you so much, Bobby, for that. We appreciate that. It did pop up on my screen while we were telling the story there. Thank you very much for that, Bobby. That was really nice of you.
That's so nice.
Okay, so why were we telling that story? We were telling that story because...
Well, first of all, happy Pride.
Yes, happy Pride.
But second of all, because it goes with our next announcement.
It goes with our next announcement. John says, OMG, I'm a music director and conductor and audition pianist too. Amazing.
I also have to mention this. Crystal B. Cruisin said, the auditioner and the piano player. I love that.
Oh, Crystal.
I love that. So I will say this. This is the backstory to why we're making this announcement. This next announcement is very special to us. We put it out there in a poll earlier, and there's a reason for it, because it's such a special place to us.
Well, so cruising is obviously a huge passion. If you don't know that, you probably aren't subscribed to our channel. Another passion...
But you can still hit the thumbs up.
Another passion that we have that our entire relationship has revolved around is theater and performing arts. Everything about theater has been integral in our meeting, in us falling in love. Right after that, we took so many trips to New York to see Broadway shows. Theater has been it's played a huge part in our lives, and we are very passionate about it. All right, we're going to take another pause because we got 2 super stickers here.
Tej is in the house saying,
Hey, Tej, what's up? What is up?
Hey, you.
Oh, he was doing it there.
Hey, you. I don't know where my sunglasses went. That was the improv. I have not done improv for a while. That is bad. You should not do it where it's not legit. Okay, anyways. Thank you so much for that.
And Rebecca
sticker.
Finley has a little remote control with a broken arm.
Oh, I'm a little sad.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for that.
Thank you, Rebecca. I love that super sticker.
I know. I love the old school remote. It makes me think of... I think of my Super Nintendo.
I want to hug that remote. It looks like what my thumb looked like on the like the Nintendo 64s after doing this on Super Mario Party Forever.
Oh, yes.
You know where all those calluses came and blisters?
Blowing into
you know.
Blowing into the console to get it to work.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back on track. So...
Thanks for the happy Pride, everyone. We love
Yes,
it.
and thank you for the happy Pride. So someone actually put a guess in here as to what this announcement is, and they are correct. We are officially announcing our Broadway group cruise. Woo!
And this is going to be so exciting, and I'm saying this because obviously we love Broadway. Hold on, I'm getting the link here. We'll share the link here in a second. I got it.
Okay.
Oops. There you go. So there's a couple reasons why this is really exciting. And it doesn't go anyways.
No. Sorry, we're having
a little nitty. We're trying to show your message, but YouTube keeps on telling us no.
Sorry about that.
We're trying to make it show. We love it. We get the reason. YouTube doesn't always get the.
So okay, so let's keep going with this announcement. So we are, well, where do you want to go from here?
Well, I was just going to say, this is our first ever Broadway cruise. This is special to us because we absolutely love Broadway. This is going to be very different because it's a brand new port we have never done with a group before. But a couple things before we post the link here. This will be for everyone out there, but we are announcing this at the same time for you all as our Patreon community. So our Patreon community usually hears about this at least a few days in advance, if not a week in advance. Since this is our 40K celebration, we shared it all right here. So our Patreon community will get first dibs as always. So the first week of this, they will be able to book their rooms first. After that, that will be when everyone else who is not a Patreon member can book. Now, that does not mean you should not put your inquiry form in first because it's still first come, first serve. So we're going to share this link here in a second. You do have to book through us to be a part of the group. We've had this question more and more as we've grown, so we want to make sure it's well known. You have to book it through us to be a part of group activities. Everything on the cruise that's relating to JJ Cruise, you have to book through us.
And I will say this cruise is going to be all things Broadway. So we have even said we're going on the Symphony of the Seas out of New Jersey, out of New York City, and all of the activities and the themes will be Broadway related. We already have, like, y'all, this is our bread and butter. Like,
yes.
Cruising and theater is it goes hand in hand for us. So we already have theme nights. We already have ideas for activities and events and different meetups and different things that we're going to do.
I'm just putting this in here. Go ahead. Keep going.
We are looking into this, but we are thinking there might be a pre-activity with a Broadway show before the cruise.
Yes. That's what we're looking into. You know Broadway. It's fickle. Sometimes the show you're planning on seeing just announces it's going to close next week.
Yep. And
so we're going to look into all of that.
Everyone's asking when. It is September 8th, 2024.
I just put the link in there. Obviously, for our Patreon community, you obviously have first dibs, but everyone else still go out and fill this inquiry form. The prices are in there. We also did this because Symphony of the Seas has the best shows. We agreed on this, the best shows out every cruise we've ever done, including all the Oasis class, including Wonder of the Seas, everything that we have done, Celebrity, all the above.
Our favorite shows, maybe with the exception of Disney Cruise Line. Maybe. But they rival it. Favorite shows are on Symphony of the Seas.
For one ship, it has the best overall shows.
It does.
Maybe for like one-off show, maybe Disney. But
we've got a couple super stickers here.
So we did this because we wanted to make sure that we answer your questions here. So feel free to go to the link. There's pricing in there. We have both balconies, ocean view balconies, as well as interior rates available. The ocean view balcony is $3,003 for a double occupancy room. That includes all cruise fare, taxes, and port fees for 2 people. That's the total price. Interior is, I think, $1,905, I think it is.
No, it's a little bit more than that.
It's something like that. It's in the link.
It's like 1968 or something like that.
It's something in the link, and so just go check it out there. But just know this, that once you send the inquiry form in, we will respond to you as we can. As you know, we are in Rome, and we have other plans here that we're going to announce here soon. So just know, we are getting to you. You don't need an email over and over again of like, if I got it. We do get it. I am actually doing this one. Jordan's still doing Celebrity Apex. If you're interested in Apex, you can always reach out to him. Fill out this form if you're interested in this Broadway
Yes,
cruise.
So Jared, sorry, just so everybody makes sure that we're organized here in our information. We are both travel agents, so that's who you have to book through. I am the travel agent for the Celebrity Apex group cruise. Jared is the travel agent for the Symphony of the Seas Broadway group cruise.
Yes.
So just make sure that you know those are how the forms are getting divided up. Apex wants to come to me, Symphony comes to him. We're each trying to keep this kind of separate so we can keep very organized.
Yes.
But Jared will be your travel agent for the Symphony of the Seas, which we are very excited about.
So I'll be booking everyone for this cruise. Teresa racing a super sticker.
Oh, it's a little dancing lemon. Ooh. We're dancing.
Ooh. Wait, it's just a short,
it's a sour dance.
It's like a small shoulder move. You know, it's subtle.
Thank you
Teresa
so
Ray.
much. We got another super chat from Desiree Hall. Thank you, Desiree, for that.
Thank you, Desiree. The message got retracted, so feel free to send it in again. We'll be on the lookout here. But then I see another one with a super sticker like
from Desiree Hall. Thank you so much.
Your mouth can go a lot bigger than mine. I'm like,
okay, so here's a good question. Where are we going? Okay, this cruise is going to be very much, well, we have so many thoughts and ideas.
I know.
This cruise is a 7-night cruise to the Bahamas. So it does stop in Port Canaveral, Florida, It stops in Nassau, and then it goes to Perfect Day at Cocoa Key.
Yes.
Obviously, we always have a big old party at Perfect Day. A lot of you have been to Perfect Day with us. We plan to have another wonderful day at Perfect Day at Cocoa Key. We're also in the process of coming up with some plans for the other ports as well.
Yeah, a couple other things. I see some of these questions. Thank you for these questions. First and foremost, this is not the Broadway cruise where there's Broadway performers on it. Not at all.
That is good,
not this. This is all Broadway fans loving the Broadway style of music. Like, we might have everything from Broadway trivia to Broadway costume contests to Broadway door decor. And I just want to put this out here too, because there's not everyone's like a super fan of Broadway. The theme nights won't be the nights where you have to know the show really well to do something.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense. You know, it's going to be like, for example, if I were to say like The Wizard of Oz, it might be the color green is good enough. You know, that kind of thing. It's not like you have to know Broadway really well to come and love it. Hairspray is on board, as well as one of our favorite review shows called Flight. Some incredible spectacles on stage, as well as amazing aqua shows and ice skating shows. So it will be every show we will be hitting. That's for sure.
Chris asked the question, is this an all-inclusive rate? It is not. This is cruise only. Royal Caribbean does not do cruise packages like Celebrity or Holland or Princess. So this is just a cruise rate. So the $3,000 we have for balcony staterooms is just your cruise rate. If you want drink packages, Wi-Fi, things like that, that would be extra. I will say this, our group rates are lower than current prevailing rates. So we were able to get
by a good amount.
Yeah, our balcony cabins are about $500 less than what you would pay for them on the website. So another reason we did this one, we got a really good rate for it.
Yes.
Symphony is a great ship, goes out of New York City. It was like, this was the perfect cruise
Yeah.
for our Broadway group cruise.
And you have to remember also that if you are diamond and above on Royal, or if you're elite and above on Celebrity, you will have drink tickets every single day. So loyalty status matters for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity. If you're one or the other, make sure you match it up so that way you can have those drink tickets every single day. At least 4 if you're one of those status members.
Yep.
So the other thing here, have to say this because I don't even know if it's on the form or not. It's a $500 deposit for double occupancy rooms. That is where it starts. So even if you're a solo room, $500 deposit to hold it. It is a refundable deposit. If it's a group rate, it's a refundable deposit. So the nice thing is you can place it this month. And if something happens down the road and you have to get out, which would be so sad and we don't want you to, but if you had to, you could get out of it. So that's all you need to put down. Obviously, if you have more people going in a stateroom, you'll have to reach out for actual deposit rates and all of that because they'll probably be non-refundable at that point. But for the group rates that we have, those are refundable deposits, $500 for double occupancy or single.
Yes, Joanne, you can add insurance and tips at final payment. That is totally fine.
Or before, either way.
Or before.
Yep.
Mike says, so around September, we'll be singing 525,600 minutes.
Yes,
we
I
will.
love that. Maybe you'll even hear one of us sing a Broadway tune at karaoke. I don't know. Not saying for sure, but maybe.
Who knows? Okay, we got to keep chugging along with information because there's a second part to this announcement.
I want to make sure we go ahead and make sure we answer any questions left regarding the groups here. I just want to make sure there's nothing else here that we missed. If there is anything, feel free to post it down here. Michelle B, this is not a Broadway cruise like that. This is a JJ cruise, a JJ group cruise for all the JJ crew community because we're not going on the other Broadway-esque cruises. Those are also really expensive.
Yes.
Okay. More than ours.
If you have more questions, definitely drop them in the chat. Jared will be watching for questions. I want to announce / explain our new loyalty program. So
yes.
We have a loyalty program now for people that come on our group cruises. If you were on our last group cruise, you already know this. However, if you are a first mate, we have a very special announcement for you. We have this loyalty program that we have cultivated or created, and once you have completed 2 group cruises with Jared and I, so you've gone on 2 JJ Cruise group cruises, you are considered a first mate. We are trying to kind of beef up this program, and in the future there will be like a second tier to this. We don't have of loyalty, like if you've gone on, 5, 6, we haven't come up with the number yet, cruises. There will be additional perks Did we miss that?
Yes.
I'm so sorry,
Deb
Deb Peterson. We
Peterson.
missed your super chat.
I love this. I think this is for the group cruise. Bravo. Bravo. Thank you so much for that super sticker. I love that. That's such a cute one. Yes, to what you said, there's there's one level right now.
There will
That
be a
is the
second
first
level that
mates.
we'll be interpreting. Oh my gosh, that we will be integrating before the end of this year. We are going to start to try to really give back to people that come on group cruises with us, and that is going to start in 2024.
Yes.
If you are a first mate, which means you came on this group cruise and you got a first mate pin, we do give out pins for being a first mate, or you just completed your second JJ Cruise group cruise at the end of Equinox. We actually have about 22 people that are now first mates. We will be planning another trip in 2024 for those that are first mates. So if you are a first mate, stay tuned for that. That information should be coming out next month.
Yes.
Or this summer.
But it will be a very intimate group, obviously. Still, actually, we were like doing the numbers. I think it's still about 20 people or just under 20 people that will be invited to the special trip. But it will be a blast. And I know for the first mates of the future, this will be something that you'll look forward to as well. And we have more first mates coming up next year on Apex, maybe even on Alaska. There's more to come.
Yes.
But it's a great new thing. And we just want to be able to give back in a little way of having something extra and special for those that have come on multiple group cruises. We're just so blessed to have a community that it comes on almost every group cruise.
Yes.
There's such a good, and we want to make sure that that community knows that we love them and we absolutely appreciate it. And Nick, he just said being on a JJ Cruise group cruise is reward enough. Aw.
We have so much fun on our group cruises. If you are considering at all coming on a group cruise, we would love to have you on it. And like I said, now we're starting this loyalty program because we know that group cruises cost money. It's something that is, not always the cheapest type of vacation. And when you choose to spend your vacation with Jared and I, we want to be able to give back to you.
And we have multiple people already in here that are first mates or just became first mates, are going to become first mates. And on Apex, for example, Deb said, I'll be a first mate after Apex.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Awesome.
There was one question here I want to get to here. Jenny said, regarding the group cruise we just announced for Symphony of the Seas, is there a place to go if I want all the info but not have to fill out the form? So good question. That landing page has all the information and you do not have to fill it out. So if you want to just go through how much the rooms are, if you want to see where it goes, the itinerary, what dates, and all of that, you can still go to that form. Why do we do it that way? Well, we want to make sure everyone knows everything in one place and doesn't go, for example, and books on their own and then isn't a part of the group. We've had that issue in the past where some people find the date out with one post and they go and book it and think they're on the group cruise and they aren't. And so we don't want that rude awakening, so we have it all on this page so they know they have to book through us. But you can go there without filling it out. If it doesn't work for you for some reason, maybe the date doesn't work out or maybe something else is just not right for you, there's no worry about going to that page and clicking out of it. It's not going to make you complete that form.
Yes.
Good question.
Someone else said, are these ocean view balconies? Because on Symphony, you've got all different types of balcony rooms, neighborhood balconies.
Great question.
Central Park balconies. In our room block, we are ocean view balconies.
View, yep.
So all of our balconies are ocean view.
We love an ocean view.
We love an ocean view.
That is a good question, though. There is a place on that form if you want anything besides the two we have. So if you don't want an interior, you don't want an ocean view, maybe you do want a different type of balcony view, you can go ahead and request that. Fill out that form. There's even a place where you put what you want a price for, and you can put that in there. Maybe you want a suite. Whatever it is that you're looking for, we can go ahead and find you those prevailing rates.
Yep, absolutely. Lots of people that are, yes, our First Mates group is going to grow exponentially over the next year, which we're really excited about. So we're thrilled to be introducing and launching this program. We want to make it worth your while to come on group cruises with us. So a lot more to come. If you are a first mate, there will be a lot more information coming your way this summer for those of you that are eligible, like I said, to book that more intimate trip.
All right, if you have a question, put it in all caps question, just so we are getting all the questions. I'm going to mention some comments here before we get to our next announcement here. Cameron Hawkins, thanks for joining, Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
One of our original moderators of the channel. We appreciate you. Thank you. And he said, I need to get on one soon, Laugh Out. Had a blast on the vloggers with you, Laugh Out Loud. Yes.
We
would
did have a blast
to
with
have
you.
you come on one of these, but we know timing is always of the essence. Hopefully one of these work out, though. Dana says she didn't see something on the form. Let me see what it is. Just fill it out. I would like mid-ship. Oh, for location. So we will pick the best location for you from you filling out the form. So if you say, if you want an actual balcony, I'll show you a balcony, we will pick the best available. If you don't like that location, then we can look at something else. Now, know this, these are 4D rooms. So there is a little bit of, restriction here. You can't be like, I want this exact level and I want this exact room type if it's a 2D, for example, which is a higher rate. So if you want one of those, we can always get that different rate.
It just might not fall within the group rates.
Exactly.
Yep.
So just message me. I'll be happy to help. John and Yuta says we will be a first mate after Alaska.
Woohoo!
Yes, you will.
Amazing.
We're so excited here. And so much excitement here. Susan says you're at 156. Isn't that incredible? Thank you so much for bringing that up.
Thank
I didn't
you.
even look at that. That's so amazing. Thank you for all the thumbs up. We appreciate it.
Jess Keller said Symphony is the best ship. Everyone should experience it. I really agree.
It really is.
Would we call it our favorite ship with Royal Caribbean?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think it's our favorite
I think
ship.
it would be our favorite ship for Royal.
We absolutely love Wonder. We love a lot of the Oasis class. And we love Odyssey and some of these other classes of ship. You absolutely loved Brilliance when you were
I did love Brilliance,
but
yeah.
for the favorite, I think this
I
is
think
our
it is
favorite.
Symphony. Chris has a really good question here. She said, if you find a Broadway show prior to the cruise, could we choose to join the group for that and not the cruise?
Ooh, good question.
That's
we'll
a good
have to talk
question.
about it. Since we don't have anything finite for that yet, we aren't sure. But that is something that will have to come in the future.
Yeah, if we did like a pre-night out in New York, yeah, we would talk about it, but if there was interest to come, we could always,
Yeah.
I'm sure we could work it out.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we could work it out.
Beverly says, question, I'm currently looking for a cruise in December of 2023 or 2024. Any deals you know about? Beverly, two things here. Feel free to fill out at jjcruise.com our inquiry form. It has everything we need to look for the best rates for you, including like your loyalty numbers or maybe your specific info that might help, like age. Sometimes there's other promotions based on state of residence. So it has all of that stuff that will help us find you the best rates for the dates you're looking for. The other thing is on Facebook, we do have a JJ Cruise Sail Away Deals page. Now that page, when we see a really good rate, we sometimes post it there as well so everyone else knows about it. There's been sales from Norwegian fjords to transatlantic cruises to even just your run-of-the-mill 7-night Caribbean cruise. So anything and everything will be posted there when we find them. Obviously, sometimes are higher than others in amount of great offers, but let us know.
I want to say specifically, if you cruise Royal or Celebrity, you absolutely should be in that Facebook
Yes.
group because our agency works with Royal Caribbean International, so we often get really good deals with those two cruise lines. So if you cruise those two cruise lines,
Yes.
5,000% join our Sail Away Deals page. You do have to join the page, but search for it on Facebook and you can find it there.
Absolutely. Amy Brock says Symphony's Aqua Theater show is mind-bogglingly good.
It
Yes.
is.
It is fantastic. I mean, just so many. of them are so
Everything. The
good.
ice show is so good too. They're all our favorite. We are just like very excited to experience this with the JJ crew.
I'm so stoked. Once again, if you are watching on replay, by the way, all of these links will be in the actual description. We just are doing this live in the chat. We want to announce it one at a time. And it is time for our third announcement. Let's
Quick
get to this
question from
question
Deb.
first.
As
Yeah.
a solo cruiser, the balcony rate is double. Is that correct? Yes. So we, unfortunately, there are not single
No,
rooms.
not double. Sorry.
Double
I just want to make
occupancy.
sure it's clear.
Oh,
the rate
sorry.
that you see on the form is the total rate. So for you, if you were a single, we would take the taxes and port fees of one guest off of that rate. So it'd be a little less, but it wouldn't be a lot less. So it probably for a balcony get down to under 3K, but just barely under. It'd be like 29 something.
Yes, those rates are not per person. That is for the room.
Yes.
And they aren't solo rooms. They're double occupancy rooms. But we thought the price was pretty good here.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Q's Cruisers.
Cruisers.
Congrats, Jared and Jordan, on 40K. Thank you so much, Bob and Sarah.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yo,
We appreciate
we
it.
love Q's Cruisers. We got to have lunch with them on the breakaway impromptu, and it was just the best. I just love
It was
them.
fantastic. We absolutely love.
I miss you both.
We love you
both miss you both.
And thank you so much for that super chat. Another great original moderator, all the way from Adventure of the Seas when we first met. We knew we loved you.
Yes.
So.
Goodbye, Martine. Okay, let's get into the next announcement. I see Raleigh Creative Travel is in here.
Yes.
Hey, Blaine,
Hey,
what's
Blaine.
up? Okay, you want to take away the next announcement?
So yes, first on this announcement. Oh, this one I'm stoked. All these announcements are so good, but this one I'm really stoked for because I think this is just something to give back to everyone. Something that actually some people have already had
Access to
and have loved it so much so that we're like, maybe we need to just give a little tease out there.
It's a tease.
What's out there with our Patreon group. So if you aren't familiar, we have our Patreon group. We said it at the beginning, but it's just another place to support content creators or creators out there. You have everything from artists, content creators, digital creators, all types of creators. You have musicians, so many different types of art form. And the reason that Patreon exists is to support these kind of unique creative efforts in another way. Way we give back is by giving different things that are non-monetary, or more things like postcards, or have extra lives with you all, or Zoom calls with certain levels, or another place where you can see some of our private posts on Instagram. That's another thing that we do for some of our level of Patreon supporters. But one thing that has been brand new this year for our Patreon community and goes to every single level is our podcast. Our podcast called The Cruise Diaries.
Yes, which we did announce in a previous live. So this has already been rolled out. Patreon is in the weeds of our podcast. They've heard 4 episodes. The 5th episode, I think, comes out next week.
Yeah, it's the second and fourth Monday. And so the 4th Monday's coming up. That'll be the 5th episode. But The Cruise Diaries, what is it?
The Cruise Diaries goes into all of the details of every single cruise we've taken. So one cruise is 1 episode. So for example, the very first episode was Jared's first ever cruise on the Carnival Conquest, and we go into all the stories and all of the funny things, the sad things, the frustrating things that happened on that cruise. Every single episode is a cruise. So it's all cruise stuff. What we want to do is to just give a tease to everyone and give everyone the opportunity to kind of understand how these podcasts work. We are going to release publicly the first episode. Now, this will be the only episode that's getting released to the public because the rest are for our Patreon community. However, we wanted everyone to be able to hear what an episode's like. So the very first episode of the Cruise Diaries is going to be public in a few days.
Yes, our normal posting times are Sunday and Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Just like today, we did not have a full video. We just had a live for a normal time. This Wednesday, we are going to drop that podcast, that very first episode of the Cruise Diaries, so you all can listen to it at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Here on YouTube.
Here on YouTube. And you're going to see, it is definitely a podcast, so it's listening. You know, you will have a screen, but it will just be our logo. But like Joanne says, they are juicy. And Melissa says the podcasts are incredible. And Wheelchair Adventure says that's a lot of podcasts. Yes, it is. It's so great. And also Teresa and Ray said Melissa and Joanne, they are so great. Crystal says, I love listening to the podcast. Very juicy stuff. I love how juicy it is.
Oh my gosh.
I hope to have a drink with you on Celebration October, Q's Cruises. Oh, sorry. That was for you, Q's Cruises. Hopefully you'll all have a drink. But this podcast is so fun to create that we wanted to give back to everyone for this 1 episode.
Yep.
Obviously, Patreon gets all of the episodes, and they are getting released every second and fourth Monday. So if you are someone that listens to this episode on Wednesday, and you're like, I want to listen to more, you can go ahead and join, and then we'll be able to share those other podcasts of the future, and you'll be able to listen along.
Teach us very curious about the podcast and learning about the Patreon.
Yes.
Chris says we are hooked on the podcast. Deb says the podcasts are great. Cynthia says the podcasts are wonderful. I feel like they've gone over really well with the Patreon community. We really have had so much fun making them. What did Jim say? Podcast is so fun. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yes, Jim. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Jared and I have gotten ourselves into all kinds of stuff on cruises that we would never talk about here on YouTube. But we dish it all on the podcast. We talk about it all on the podcast.
Some of it goes into JJ Cruise After Dark.
Some of it goes into JJ Cruise After Dark. Some of it's a little PG-13.
And we warn when it is.
Yes, we warn when it is.
Families can be advised. But
Yes.
it's a fun, when you're having we have so much fun making this, that when you have so much fun making something like this, I think it just ends up being fun for everyone, you know? And that's what I think we have been able to do with this podcast, is just have fun.
Blaine says, now we see why it gets juicy. Listen, the stories are not like the two of us. The stories are like our encounters with other people and the bizarre and weird things that have happened and things that people have said to us on cruises.
Yes.
Because when you cruise as much as we do, you have a lot of interactions.
There's a lot of things that happen.
What did
Crystal
say?
said, when you finally talk about me on your podcast, you don't have to change my name.
Oh, thank you, Crystal.
That's in reference to the fact that we change people's names for their own protection and identity in case for some reason there is somebody out there that would think they would know who it is. They won't. They won't know who it is because of that. And there's for good reason sometimes.
You could do a podcast a day for the crazy interactions of others. Very, very true. That's why we do them cruise by cruise. So we sit down and get all of the stuff that happened and we get it out.
That's great.
It's very cathartic for us, honestly. It's like really, it's healing, I think.
Yeah, it's very healing. Thank you. I just want to say this again. It just keeps going up. Thank you for the thumbs up here. Once again, this will be 12:30 p.m. Eastern time on the YouTube channel, so you don't have to go anywhere. If your notifications aren't set up, make sure that they are, because you might miss out. This is the first one we've ever done and will ever do. But since this is something you haven't seen before, if you just have your notifications set to what they think you like the best, then this will not show up as a notification. You do have to ring the bell and then hit all. So click on it and then click all to get notified of every single video we launch.
Yes.
Including these lives. A question from Beverly: have you tried Virgin Cruises yet? We have a cruise plan in for September. Yes, Beverly.
We have.
Check out our channel. We actually have a Virgin Voyages section, and we went on Virgin. We gave our full review of it. We had a great time, but it will definitely tell you the good, bad, and ugly of Virgin.
Yeah, and we have a tour of the private island as well, which the private island is so, so beautiful. We love Virgin's private island.
Oh, yeah.
And a tour of the ship.
It's not even a private island. It's like a private beach escape for the day.
We actually have more videos about Virgin than I remembered. So go check those out for sure.
We had a good cruise, but there is things that you should know before going on your Virgin cruise. And since you have one booked, it'd be a good idea to check that video out.
Yes.
If there are any questions we had missed, please go ahead and put them back in. I'm going to try to scroll a little bit up, but there were so many comments coming through as we're making these announcements that I'm missing like 50 at a time.
We've got just a couple of minutes before our last announcement number 4.
Yes.
Just to recap, if you've missed it, first announcement was our new merch line. We have a new travel merch line. Second announcement, Symphony of the Seas group cruise, September 8th, 2024. We're calling this our Broadway group cruise, where we're going to do all things Broadway. Third announcement is, of course, we are releasing our first episode of the podcast to the public for everybody to be able to listen. And the fourth announcement will be here in just a couple minutes.
In just a couple minutes, I just want to put the link for the group cruise again. It just
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, definitely a good thing to throw back in there. Jared's going to put the link so that everybody has it back in the comment section
for the group cruise.
For the group cruise.
And then the other thing, Jenny had a question here, or not a question, more of a comment here. It's regarding on your group cruises for the printing of the daily news, like a cruise compass or princess patter. You can call it the Daily Ink.
Oh, I like that. That's fun.
We do have a schedule for all the things that we'll do for the week that we give everyone. And if you've been on a group cruise, you should know it's a pretty good list of things to do.
Here's a question from Yvonne. Next year, I'm going on Royal, traveling on the Wonder of the Seas and going to their private island. Which area would be a good beach area? Also, do you know if they have beach wheelchairs? Yes, I have seen beach wheelchairs on the private island. The beaches, I'm trying to remember the name of it. When you go and walk onto the island and go left over the bridge, that is the beach that I prefer going to.
Is that Chill Island?
I think that is
like left.
Left, so
Left
not
is
like
the sports
straight.
one, right?
Straight, you're going towards the balloon and the pool. If you go left over the bridge, it's a quieter beach area.
Well, you did take a full tour of this, so maybe that will be.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, we don't have a full tour of the
Coco
island.
Key?
We only have a tour of the beach club. We definitely only have a tour of the beach club.
Okay.
But the beach to the left that you can see the ship from. You can literally be on the beach and you can see the ships. I filmed a video on that beach with the ships right behind me when we were on Adventure of the Seas.
Oh, yes,
It was a tips video. It was not a tour
Yeah,
video.
so go left. Pedro's in the house. Hello, Pedro.
Hey, Pedro, what's
Hello
up?
to Ron as well, if you're in the house as well. Cameron says, need deets for a 2025 group cruise. Haha. And Texapito said that as well. When will 2025 planning start? I'm looking forward to my next JJ Cruise group cruise. So, if you're aware, only a small percentage of cruise lines have released most of 2025 dates. Now, we get it. A lot of people will love to book right when they drop, and so it's hard to plan around it. We will probably not be releasing our 2025 dates anytime that soon. But whenever a group cruise comes around, sometimes we get the
Well,
inkling
I
to
will
announce
say
another.
this. What is it now? It's June 2023. That will be that wraps our group cruise announcements for 2024. So the next group cruise announcement,
the next one
the
will
next
be in
one that comes
2025,
out
yes.
will be in 2025.
Yes. To be clear, he's not saying that we're announcing in 2024 for 2025, but just saying that our next group cruise announcement, when we announce it, will be for 2025.
If you've been following the channel and our group cruises, when we first started, we were giving people like 6 months notice. We are trying to give people a lot more notice now. So like this is happening naturally. This now is the longest in advance that we've announced a group cruise,
Yes.
I think. So you've got like a year and 2 months or 3 months.
Jess said it is Chill Island. South Beach is straight to the right.
Thank you so much, Jess. I
Thank
should
you.
have, with Jess being in here, I should have been like, she's been there so many times.
Blaine said, quick question. Will you be booking Utopia of the Seas this coming week, June 20th? They're saying. So, Blaine, yes, we are definitely booking. We're staying at the beck and call of Royal Caribbean. I mean, pretty much at this point, they have a chain around our necks, and we're just waiting for them to pull it so we can actually
Start booking.
book. We are so excited for it. But I will say this. Like we said a little bit earlier, if you, for some reason, see it pop up and you are someone, and you obviously have your own travel here, but like anyone else there, if you have it booked, like go ahead and put a hold or book it when you see it. Because if we learned anything from Icon, there's a chance, especially if you want a maiden voyage, that it will sell out within the first day, maybe first few hours or minutes. So if you want it, go book it. We can always talk about transferring into the group for anyone out there that wants to transfer it into us so we can manage it from then on out. But do not miss out on it, especially if it releases in the middle of the morning.
Okay, Beverly has a question. This is a perfect question.
I love it.
Beverly says, are you in between cruises now? Just wondering what exciting adventure awaits. And it is time for our last announcement.
Our last announcement here.
Which actually has to do with what cruise we are getting on this next week. Some of you know, so don't say it yet. But we've not publicly announced where we're going to be next week. We are doing a brand new cruise itinerary for us.
Yes, brand new cruise itinerary we're stoked for, but also a brand new experience for one of our family members.
Yes. So we are meeting up with my parents. And for those of you that don't know, I do have a very young sister that was recently adopted into the family. So I have a 10-year-old sister that was adopted actually a year ago now. It's been almost a year. For her adoption, she really wanted to go on a cruise. And we were trying to make things happen. I was talking to my mom and dad for months, I feel like, trying to figure out when we could go on a cruise with them, what would be a good time. Well, they are currently in Paris, and they are flying to meet us here in Rome tomorrow.
Yes,
right?
Yes, tomorrow. Not because there's a cruise tomorrow, but there may be a cruise the next day.
There might be a cruise the next day.
Out of Rome, going to a new itinerary for us. You may have already guessed it, but we're going for the first time
to the Greece Isles.
I said two, and you said the. I was like, oh, this is not going well.
We are going to the Greek Isles. We're going to Greece. It is a Greek Isles cruise, and we are going on the Disney Dream.
I am stoked to go back on Disney Dream. If you don't recall, that was our first ever cruise ship that we went on for Disney Cruise Line. And it was right when the restart happened. We were on one of the first sailings back for Disney Cruise Line. And it was only a 3-night sailing, and it was very different. For example, you couldn't even have popcorn in the theater. You had to be very spaciously seated. There was very little people on the ship. We didn't see all the shows. We weren't able to go to the movie because it was closed.
The movie theater
due to this. we haven't seen Little Mermaid yet, and because we've been traveling this whole time, and we're really hoping the Little Mermaid's on the ship because usually what's ever in the theaters for Disney is on the ship, and maybe if we get lucky, we even get Elemental. I don't know.
Yeah, so we are so excited. This will be my parents' first cruise back from the pandemic. It's still like we've gone on so many cruises since the pandemic that it still surprises me when people are like, I haven't been on a cruise yet. So for them, this is that exact situation. They've not been back on a ship. It'll be my sister's very first cruise ever. We're going to spend the week celebrating her. It's going to be an awesome trip, and we are very, very excited. I know a lot of people are saying you're going to love Greece. I love Nikki's comment. Nikki said, I'm up for adoption.
Also, some others, and Tony's like, wow, did you get a second mortgage for that? Yeah, laugh a lot. Disney can be one of the best cruise experiences you can have for a kid, and we're so excited to go. Just so you're aware, we're all paying separately here. We're not like covering for everyone's cruise or anything like
are
that.
Not, yeah, we're not paying for everybody's cruise that is going.
Disney is a premium line for a reason. You do pay a little more for a premium experience, but I'm so stoked. We took her to Disney World as a family just this past year, and the hurricane came in and closed Disney down before we could go to Magic Kingdom. And so we were so bummed by that. So now being able to see her on the ship with princesses, princes, characters from all over, it'll be great to see the entire cast. And Beauty and the Beast is when you said this about Symphony, you were thinking about Beauty and the Beast. It's
I was
one
thinking
of our
about Beauty
favorite
and the
shows.
Beast because Beauty and the Beast is like Beauty and the Beast and Hairspray are up there as the top two shows I think we've ever seen on cruise ships.
On a cruise ship, yeah.
Cynthia says it sounds amazing. It's going to be an amazing family trip. Yeah, we are so excited. We're excited for them to get here. They're having a great time in Paris. We got like 50 pictures sent to us right before we went live, and of course they're not here in this live because they are gallivanting all around Paris and seeing everything that they can see over there. We love eating at Be Our Guest in Magic Kingdom. We've eaten there. It is a good place.
Yes.
I'm so happy for you. Have an amazing time. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Brian Egger says, I know it's not Royal Caribbean, but have you settled on MSC? Not yet.
We have not.
All I'll say is we are finally able to say that we are booked on an MSC cruise, but I'm not going to say it's anytime soon, just to keep keep patient here. That might change randomly, but for now we are booked, but not anytime soon. Some other people in the house may be booked as well.
We will not be on MSC this year. I can confidently say that.
Yeah. Michelle B, so are you celebrating with your dad and family tomorrow? So we will be with them tomorrow night, yeah. So we'll be able to see them. We'll have dinner. We'll make sure that they see some of Rome before we go to Civitavecchia. Let me see here. So fun for your little sister. I know she will love it. We are so excited to do it. It'll be such a blast. It'll be a really nice experience for memories. Of course, we will still go live first day, Wi-Fi willing and Utopia willing. If Utopia surprises us, and it's the same day as Utopia, but technically we're 6 hours later. So if Utopia surprises us and it's like at 10 a.m. they released all the books, all the rooms, we may not go live that day. But if they don't, if it's just announcing of when we can book, then we plan to be live.
True. We will either be live on Tuesday or we will be booking all of you on Utopia of the Seas.
Yeah.
One of the two will be true. So just know
we'll be in contact either way.
If we don't have a live, we'll post that we don't have a live and we're booking people on Utopia. So watch all of our social channels on Tuesday for that information.
Amy says, loved our Greek Isles cruise. You will love it. We're so excited for it. Danny J said, congrats from South Florida. Thank you so much, Danny J. John and Yuda's in the house as well, saying some things here. Some other people just want to say hi again to you all. Also, you're going to be first mates here after Alaska. I saw that earlier.
Yeah.
So many great things. There was one more question here. Maple, so Tej said, Michael Bailey said the Hideaway new comp adults area of Perfect Day will be ready by January. Of course, some paid things, but pumped.
That'll be exciting.
So if it does happen by January, we will be going on Symphony of the Seas.
That would be awesome.
That'd be epic. I'm so excited for that. So there's so many comments in here. We're going to give, last 5 minutes here, just in case there's anything that we missed here. Questions about group cruise, questions about anything else out there.
Corinna says, hello, Jordan and Jared. Love you guys. And are very happy for you and your family. Wish we could join you all. That is a dream trip I have for my 8-year-old grandson, maybe one day.
Oh, amazing.
So good to see you in here,
so
Corey.
Good to see you, Corey. Brian says, I have booked the yacht club with my family for my wife's milestone birthday. We've heard nothing but the best about the yacht club, so I'm sure you'll have a blast.
Yes, Palmer's on holiday.
Hey!
Congrats on the big 40, guys. Hope you're having a blast celebrating. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yes, and I love this. We have people from all over the world here, all the way from Australia, New Zealand, to the UK, where we're at here, obviously in Italy, and obviously in the States, Canada, Mexico. We need to get to South America. If there's anyone in South America in the house, let us know because we want to make sure we're going all worldwide, you know.
But thank you. I just want to say thank you again for being here today. Obviously, this was a big celebration, and this live was packed with so much.
Yes.
If you know other people that watched JJ Cruise and did not come to the live, just like drop them a thing on Facebook. Be like, yo, you got to go watch the live. Because obviously there's so much information we want to get out here.
Cameron said, question 8, plans for MSC World America. Nothing announced.
Nothing announced.
Brian in Michigan says, when will the next communication go out for the Apex Group Cruiser? So, good question. Right now, we are focused on our Alaska group. When announcements come out for the cruise that's up next, so Apex, is usually around final payment dates.
Yep.
The reason for this, we want to make sure that only those that have booked fully into the group are those that get all of the perks, right? So we want to make sure that the Facebook group and all of that will be ready probably around final payment and just after final payment.
So probably around Christmas is when the Facebook group will get released. And then that will be when theme nights are announced, our door decor contest is announced. There's a lot more information that comes right at final payment. Yeah. Other than that, there might be communication that will go out beforehand. For example, if let's say we decide to do a group excursion, we might have that information come out beforehand. But right now, our next group cruise is the solstice in August, and we are deep into the plans for that group cruise.
Yes.
So there will definitely be nothing more about the Apex until after that point.
Very good point.
We have to, so I talk about organization here. We have to keep ourselves so organized when we have multiple different trips, so we don't get things mixed up. So we try to go on one, do it, close that one out, open up the next one.
Yes.
For those of you that were on Equinox and Solstice, I think everybody saw how that worked because we had all of Equinox, and then we told everyone, okay, everything's going to happen after Equinox for Solstice, and then everything has been happening now.
A couple other things here. Just want to get through these. First and foremost, I put the link in there for the group cruise again. I want to reiterate something just to make sure you all know, and everyone in the group cruise of the past already knows this, but I want to make sure everyone else knows it. Our group cruises are themed, but they're never about the theme solely, if that makes sense. The theme is just something to make it extra fun. If you're someone who just wants to come on a group cruise with us and the dates work out and the rates are good for you, then come. Don't worry if you're someone that is not a Broadway fanatic. This is not one of those cruises where it's like, if you don't know Broadway, you're not going to have fun. It's going to be the absolute opposite. It's going to be fun for those that love Broadway and just as fun for everyone that might not know a single show or care about Broadway. So just know that. I want to make that clearer. I say it because a lot of people don't know this. I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I tried watching the movie once. I never read the books. And so when there's any Harry Potter trivia, I immediately am like, well, I'm not going to that because I have no luck. It's not like that at all. It's going to be a fantastic group cruise. And any events, you're going to have a blast. Maybe a drink in hand while it's happening and not have to worry about a thing. So just know that. But that link is back there. Jess Keller said, thanks for bringing this community together and congrats on 40K. Can't wait to cruise with both of you soon. Miss you guys.
Thank you so much, Jess. We miss you too. Tex Pepito, thank you so much. Said Equinox was super organized. Really impressed. Thank you. It was so good to have you and Sarah on that group cruise.
Dana says, waiting for a group cruise to Europe. Won't happen in 2024, but maybe in the future.
The Wu-Tang Life Virgin Group Cruise. Okay, we'll address this. Let's spill the beans.
Yeah.
So we've teased a lot about doing a Virgin Group Cruise. We still probably will at some point in the future. This, for the time frame that we needed to do a group cruise in 2024, there was almost all 3 and 4 night cruises. We put a poll out asking if people would go to 3 and 4 night cruises. The answer was 2 thumbs down. People said they would not go and would not book it. On top of that, a 4-night Virgin cruise was more expensive for a balcony room than this 7-night Symphony of the Seas cruise. So we wanted to make it worth your while. 4-night cruises for a group cruise it's so tough because just when you're getting to know people and integrated into the group, it's done.
Yeah.
We don't want to do 3 and 4 night group cruises, I think, anymore.
So we're going to wait for Virgin until there's a time where they'll be in an accessible place for 7 nights.
Yes.
So that is why that is not the one that we're doing right now. I just want to make sure you all know that we have considered Virgin. However, this Broadway group cruise, was actually number 2 and beat our Virgin options in our poll that we did on the community page.
Yep.
So I will say that this is heavily preferred over Virgin technically, but we're going to do
It
it
was
all
voted
eventually.
for more. We will do Virgin eventually.
Exactly.
We need Virgin to have 7-night cruises in the Caribbean during the summer. That is like
Yes.
the goal. That's the aim. So
Yes.
maybe 2025 is when that's going to happen.
Yes. Tammy Ellis says, congrats on 40K. Love you guys. Cynthia says, this group is the best to travel with. You can do what you want when you want. No pressure for anything, just lots of fun. Thank you, Cynthia. I agree.
Thank you, Cynthia.
I think that is exactly the point I was trying to make, and you did it within 2 sentences. I probably should have done it in less as well. Joanne Shields says, I call Tracy from Hairspray. I love it. Nikki says, Cynthia, it's so true. You can dip in and out as you like. Exactly. There are some people that literally will be there for just some events, some people there for all events, and other people will say hi and bye to at the start of the cruise and at the end of the cruise.
So some people, like, once again, we said, like, for this symphony cruise, the balcony rate's $500 less. We will have people contact us just to book it because of the price.
Yeah.
They don't care about the group cruise, and that's fine.
Yeah, because the price is a stellar
The price is a good price, so if someone wants to come on the cruise and just get a good price, awesome. I'm glad that we could get you a deal and be your travel agents, and we're thankful for your business.
Speaking of travel agents, Eddie says, talk soon for our final transatlantic in October. Enjoy Disney with your family. We have such amazing clients. Thank you so much, Eddie. We'll definitely talk soon about that. Cameron says, have an amazing afternoon, everyone. Yes, have an amazing afternoon.
We need to probably wrap this up.
as
Yeah.
well. I wanted to just say final things here. For anyone on replay, this is all in the description. The other thing, we're going on Disney Dream here. We know Disney ships sometimes have great Wi-Fi and other times have a little spotty Wi-Fi. If for some reason it's the spotty Wi-Fi, just know that we'll try to post, but our Insta might be a little bit lacking because we're with the family. Normally, if you don't know, you can go on Instagram at Cruise with JJ and get kind of daily feeds from everything that's happening, food, all of it. We will probably be posting there, but if not, just know it's probably because it's a little spotty. The other thing to note here for Patreon, we will try to be going to do a Patreon live here from one of our upcoming sailings. But if, once again, it's spotty on Disney, it probably won't happen. Just want to make it clear here because we try to do it on every sailing that we can. And I want to make sure people know that that's one of the perks. One of the perks for Patreon besides the podcast. So just want to make sure that. And then lastly, we have so many people joining the Facebook Sail Away deals. JJ Cruise Sail Away deals. I keep on getting notifications here. So we'll let you all of them in that have answered all the questions. Just want to make sure you know that we will make sure you're allowed here. If you have any questions, feel free to email us or fill out that inquiry form if it's regarding the group cruise, and we will respond to all questions you have. But we're so excited, y'all.
Yes. I saw Emma Cruz's popped in. Hey, Emma.
Hey, Emma.
And Jenny wanted to know about loyalty status discounts. So here's the thing. We will put your loyalty status in the reservation when we make the groups. Sometimes with group codes, depending on the discount, they are combinable. Sometimes they are not.
Right.
So we will put your Crown and Anchor number in there when Jared is booking. He'll do that. And if there's discounts, that will be amazing. The price that you see is the group discount rate.
Yes. Yes. And if, for example, if right now, like I said, these Ocean View balcony rooms are $500 less than what prevailing rates are. So my guess is you're not going to get much of a discount past that for a prevailing rate. But like Jordan said, every once in a while there's something special that happens on the group rate. We don't know why, the rhyme or reason. It's
The rhyme or reason with Royal
interesting
Caribbean
thing.
and their codes are interesting. Nancy D, hello from Egypt.
There we go. We have from Africa here now. Nancy D, and from Egypt. Hello. Enjoy Egypt. Now we still need South America. Comment below if you're from South America. We'd love to see it.
We are wrapping this up.
Yes.
We actually have a good friend here in Rome that
Yes,
we found
we have
out
to go see.
is going to be a cruise ship performer that we love and is a good friend of ours. We're going to go see her. So we got to wrap this up. Representing Africa in the house. Woo-woo,
Yes.
Nancy. Thank you all for joining today. We really appreciate it. Again,
Thanks for the thumbs up.
this community means the world to us. We love you all. We just are so thankful that you're here. Happy Father's Day again to everybody.
40K.
And 40K, I can't believe
40,000
it.
subscribers. It's because of you all. Literally, we could not be here for a 40K celebration without you. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing our content and Facebook groups to get to other new cruisers. We are constantly seeing more people share our content for tours and everything else, and it has really helped get us more subscribers. So we appreciate every single effort you do to do that.
Yes. All right, we are off
Yes.
to enjoy a night in Rome. We love you all. We will see you all
See you
later.
on the Disney Dream on
Woohoo.
Tuesday.